Welcome to Stories for Wonderful Children, the podcast where I share the recordings of the bedtime stories I've improvised for my children over the years. I'm Dan Wendelin, your host and storyteller. Today, I'm here for our season finale with wonderful child Diana. Say hello.
Hello.
To tell a new story as the season finale for Season 2 of Stories for Wonderful Children. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you back on Sunday, September 4th for the first episode of Season 3. Enjoy the story. Now, you may be wondering, what happened to River after he got home with his extremely fast hedgehog? And of course you are. River was also wondering a little bit what would happen after he got home with his extremely fast hedgehog. His parents were mostly understanding. It was, after all, his birthday, and he told them that this was what he had always wanted more than anything else for his birthday. And so they decided that even though they had chickens and cats, one more pet wouldn't hurt. Now this was great for River, but his younger brother Jude and his cousin Mikey, they, I have to admit, were a little jealous. And I mean, wouldn't you be? If your sibling had come home with an extremely fast hedgehog, a creature of legend? Now, River did try to share the extremely fast hedgehog with them, but the extremely fast hedgehog really just liked him. It tended to play with him, and it slept next to him on his bed at night, and he was the one who got to name it. He named it Zippy. But on the fourth or fifth day of sitting around watching River play with his extremely fast hedgehog, Jude and Mikey were a little over it. Mikey said, "Jude, let's do something else. This is not that much fun." "I know," said Jude. "What do you think we should do?" "Well," said Mikey, "let's go get extremely fast hedgehogs of our own." "But how?" said Jude. "Well," said Mikey, "I found out from Garrett where Marmalade Jones lives. Let's go find out where she got it and then get some of our own." "Excellent," said Jude, who liked this idea very much. And so they got permission from their parents to ride their bikes to Marmalade Jones's house. The ride didn't take them a particularly long time because they both liked to ride very fast. And when they got there, they parked their bikes and walked up to Marmalade Jones's magnificent house. They rang the doorbell. No answer. They knocked. No answer. Finally, the door opened. "Hey," said the boy standing there. "Hello," said Jude. "We're looking for Marmalade Jones?" "Yeah," said the boy. Mikey said, "Is this her house?" "Yep," said the boy, "but she's not here. I'm Mo. I'm her brother." "Oh," said Mikey. "Well, will she be back soon?" "No," said Mo. "Where is she?" asked Jude. "Well," said Mo, "she hunted truffles with that pig in our backyard for days and days. And then she found out that truffles are mostly in Europe, so she took her pig and she went to Europe to look for truffles." "Oh no," said Mikey, "this is terrible. Do you know where she got that extremely fast hedgehog? We would like extremely fast hedgehogs of our own." "No," said Mo, "but I can call her if you want." "Would you?" said Jude. "That would be great." So Mo took out his cell phone and he dialed. He held it up to his ear. "It's ringing," he said. Jude and Mikey heard the phone pick up and heard, just faintly through the phone, "My name is Marmalade Jones, and I can't come to the phone right now, but if you leave a message, I'll get back to you later." Mo grimaced a bit and hung up. "She's not answering," he said. "She must be out hunting truffles." His phone dinged. He looked down at it. "Oh," he said, "she texted me. She said she's busy hunting truffles." "Well," said Jude, "can you ask her where she got the extremely fast hedgehog?" "Sure," said Mo. And so he texted Marmalade asking her where she had gotten her extremely fast hedgehog. A moment later, his phone dinged with the reply. "Well," said Mo, "she said she got it through the mail." "Yes," said Mikey, "but through the mail from where?" "Yeah," said Mo. "One sec." He texted Marmalade again. The phone dinged. "She said she got it from the Department of Very Fast Things. Mail order," said Mo. "She also said she's busy." and that I shouldn't text her anymore. Ever. Really? Said Jude. No, said Mo. I'm just joking. Well, thanks, said Mikey. Sure, said Mo. Good luck finding that hedgehog. Are you sure you really want one? I'm still cleaning up after the mess the last one made. Yes, said Jude. We really want one. Zippy's amazing. All right, said Mo. He closed the door. Mikey and Jude looked at each other. Mikey, said Jude, do you know where the Department of Really Fast Things is? No, said Mikey. Maybe we should go ask at the post office, since she got it through the mail. Okay, said Jude. I know where the post office is. So they got on their bikes, and they rode, very fast, as they always did, to the closest post office. They went in and waited in line until they got up to the counter. The woman behind the counter said, Yes? Yes, said Mikey. We're looking for extremely fast hedgehogs of our own that come through the mail from the Department of Very Fast Things, and we were wondering if you could tell us where that is and how we order one. The woman blinked twice and said, Excuse me? Yes, said Jude. We need extremely fast hedgehogs, and we heard you get them through the mail from the Department of Very Fast Things. Can you help us with that? The woman looked at Jude for a moment. She said, I sell stamps. Jude said, So you don't know anything about extremely fast hedgehogs? I'm sorry, honey, said the woman. Well, said Mikey, do you have any extremely fast hedgehog stamps? The woman looked through them. She said, I've got some flags and some flowers and these wedding ones. Are there extremely fast hedgehogs on the wedding ones? Asked Jude. No, said the woman. Jude and Mikey sighed. Well, thanks anyway, said Mikey. They turned and started to head back out of the post office. What are we going to do now, said Jude. How do we find the Department of Very Fast Things? I don't know, said Mikey. If the people at the post office don't know where the mail comes from, who does? They got back on their bikes and were starting to ride out of the post office parking lot. And as they rode past one of the big blue mailboxes, they heard a strange tapping noise coming from it. Did you hear that, Jude? Asked Mikey. Yeah, said Jude. They stopped and looked at the mailbox. Tap, 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 tap. They got off their bikes and walked over to it. Hello? Said Jude. Peering into the slot of the mailbox, he jumped back, seeing two eyes staring back out at him. Psst, said the eyes from inside the mailbox. I hear you're looking for the Department of Very Fast Things. We are, said Mikey. Who are you? I'm the mail kid, said the eyes inside the mailbox. The mail kid, said Jude. Do you know where all the mail comes from? I know everything about the mail, said the mail kid. I've lived in the post office my whole life. Oh, said Mikey. Do you want to come out here and talk to us? No, said the mail kid. The door on the front of the mailbox popped open. You come in here. Mikey looked at Jude. Jude looked at Mikey. Do you think we should? Asked Jude. Mikey shrugged. We want extremely fast hedgehogs, he said. And so they stepped through the door into the mailbox and stopped, shocked. They had assumed that the mailbox would be extremely cramped and extremely dark. But when they stepped through the door and shut it behind them, the lights came on. The inside of the mailbox was enormous. And standing before them was a small boy, maybe a little shorter than Mikey, wearing a miniature postman's uniform. He stuck out his hand in greeting. I'm Mail Kid, he said. Wait, said Jude. You live in here? I live everywhere in the post office, said Mail Kid. Do you live in my mailbox, said Mikey. Not usually, said Mail Kid. It's kind of crowded. And it smells funny. Hey, said Mikey, I think my mailbox smells just fine. Mail Kid shrugged. Wait, said Jude, I have a question. What do you eat? Well, said Mail Kid, sometimes stuff gets lost in the mail. And whatever gets lost is mine. Hey, said Jude, did you eat those chocolate chip cookies my grandmother mailed me? Mail Kid smiled at him. They were delicious, he said. Jude frowned. Mikey said, Okay, we gotta focus here. We're looking for extremely fast hedgehogs. Uh-huh, said Mail Kid. And we heard that they're ordered from the Department of Extremely Fast Things, said Jude. Uh-huh, said Mail Kid. Well, said Mikey. Do you know where the Department of Extremely Fast Things is? Uh-huh, said Male Kid. Can you take us there? Said Jude. Yes, said Male Kid. After all, I do owe you one for those chocolate chip cookies. You do, said Jude. They were good, said Male Kid. And so Male Kid led them back through the vast interior of the mailbox until they reached a slide. Mikey peered into it. What's this? He asked. This is the slide to the Department of Extremely Fast Things, replied Male Kid. And we have to slide down it, said Jude. Yes, said Male Kid. Isn't there another way, said Mikey. No, said Male Kid. It's not nearby. Going any other way would take forever. But how will we get back, said Jude. Male Kid shrugged. You just take the slide back, he said. So wait, said Mikey, this slide goes both ways? Yes, said Male Kid. I don't think that's how slides work, said Mikey. Shows what you know, said Male Kid. Come on, Mikey, said Jude. I really want an extremely fast hedgehog. And so he climbed into the opening of the slide. He stared down the slide where it disappeared into darkness, and then he took a deep breath and slid. He was soon going fast, and then faster, and then the fastest he had ever gone, not just on a slide, but in a car or in an airplane, so fast that he didn't think he could ever come to a stop, and then he was slowing down and dropping gently onto a soft mat with a plop, and Mikey just beside him. He stood up. They were in another very large room. In front of them was a desk, and sitting at the desk was a man with white hair and a white beard and jolly red dimples. Jude stood up and looked at Mikey. Mikey, he said. I think that's... Mikey stood up too. The man looked at them. Ho, 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 he said. Visitors? Yes, said Jude. Male Kid sent us? Is this the Department of Extremely Fast Things? Ho, ho, ho. Of course it is, said the man. Mikey said, I hope it's not rude to ask, but are you Santa Claus? Ho, 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 said the man. Do I look like Santa Claus? Yes, said Mikey, you kind of do. Ho, 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 that's the nicest thing anybody's said to me today, said the man. My name is Meeks, and I'm the head of the Department of Extremely Fast Things. Well, said Jude, we're here because we heard that someone got an extremely fast hedgehog from the Department of Extremely Fast Things, and we would like extremely fast hedgehogs of our own. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Said Meeks. Well, I'm sorry, but we only had the one, and we don't have any others. Oh, no, said Jude. That's terrible. Well, said Meeks, why don't you take a look around? We have a very large number of other extremely fast things. Maybe you'll find something you like. All right, said Mikey. Let me show you around, said Meeks. So Meeks began walking them through the collection. He pointed to a bright red race car with fins on the back of it. This is the world's fastest race car, he said. Oh, and over there, he pointed to a big black plane. That's an SR-71 Blackbird. It's an extremely fast plane. Can I have one of those? Asked Mikey. Well, can you fly an airplane? No, said Mikey. Well, come back some other time when you can, then, said Meeks, and we'll see what we can do. Then he walked them up to a small pedestal that had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on it. This, said Meeks, is the world's fastest peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Said Mikey, are you sure? It doesn't look like it's moving at all. Have you ever seen a faster one? Said Meeks. No, said Jude. Well then, there you go, said Meeks. Mikey and Jude looked at each other. Then Meeks showed them the next pedestal. And this... No, wait, said Mikey, pointing to the ham sandwich on it. Let me guess. This is the world's fastest ham sandwich. No, said Meeks, picking up and taking a bite of it. This is my lunch. They continued on until they reached a row of cages. In the first cage, there was a bird that was dashing around so busily that it was just a blur inside the cage. This is the world's fastest roadrunner, said Meeks. Oh, said Mikey, leaning over so that his nose was right up to the cage. Ow! He jumped back as the roadrunner pecked him on the nose. Oh, be careful. That one's not very friendly, said Meeks. He brought them to the next cage. That cage's door was open. Excuse me, said Jude. Won't that get out? Oh, he's just visiting. He can leave any time he wants. What is it? Asked Jude. We don't know, said Meeks. I think it's the world's fastest rabbit, but it's sort of a little weird. The rabbit in the cage looked up at Jude and at Mikey and very clearly said, Meep meeboo. Oh, I don't think rabbits say that, do they? Said Jude. No, said Meeks. I don't think that's a rabbit at all. You better leave that one alone. He's not very friendly. Come along. He showed them through all the animals until Mikey and Jude saw what they were sure was going to be even better than having the world's fastest hedgehog. Oh, we want that, said Jude, pointing to an extremely large elephant. Oh, ho, ho, said Meeks. All right. So, how were you planning on paying for that? Paying for it? Said Jude. Well, yes. The Department of Really Fast Things isn't free, said Meeks. Oh, said Mikey. I think I have 15 cents in my pocket. Oh, no, said Meeks. The world's fastest things are extremely expensive. Oh, said Jude. It's my birthday. Maybe I can use my birthday money and come back? Oh, well, why didn't you say so, said Meeks. If it's your birthday, then pick out anything you like. Oh, it's my birthday next week, said Mikey. Well, then you two, both of you, pick out whatever you like best. Let's see, you want this elephant here? Now, you do have your parents' permission to get a pet elephant, right? Oh, said Jude. No, actually, I think my parents said no new pets after the extremely fast hedgehog. Oh, said Meeks. But, said Jude, we have chickens already. Can I have the world's fastest chicken? They won't even notice one more. Well, said Meeks, I suppose. It is your birthday. And, said Mikey, we have a bunch of cats. Can I have the world's fastest cat? Ho, ho, ho. Well, I've got to get back to my ham sandwich, so sure. And so Mikey picked out the world's fastest cat, which was at that particular moment not very fast at all because it was asleep, but it nestled down in his arms. The world's fastest chicken, on the other hand, took a little catching, but Jude, very experienced with chickens, finally managed to tuck it securely under one arm. They waved goodbye to Meeks, who waved goodbye to them while munching on his ham sandwich, and then they got on the two-way slide and made their way back to Mail Kid's lair. I see you found them. Wait a minute, said Mail Kid. Those aren't extremely fast hedgehogs. They were out, said Jude. We're going to take these home now, said Mikey. All right, said Mail Kid. Hey, you want your birthday cards while you're here? No, said Jude. We'll just wait for them to come in the mail. All right, said Mail Kid. Hey, can I have this year's chocolate chip cookies? Jude looked down at the chicken in his arm, looked back up at Mail Kid. He said, no. But hey, he said, have you ever been to a birthday party? No, said Mail Kid. I don't even know when my birthday is. Well, hey, said Jude, come to my birthday party. I'll be there, said Mail Kid. And so Mikey and Jude climbed back out of the mailbox onto their bikes and made their way home with their new birthday presents, the world's fastest cat and the world's fastest chicken. And that's the end. I hope you've enjoyed Season 2 of Stories for Wonderful Children. I'll be taking August off, but I would love to hear from you what you've liked or haven't liked about this season. Drop me a line at storiesforwonderfulchildren@gmail.com, and I'll see you again the first Sunday in September. Until then, this is Dan Wendelin reminding you to tell someone you love a story.
Drop me a line is a really fun story.